let's look like, for example, when you feel a sense of openness to the nature, for example, that you are sitting in the nature, that you are feeling completely open to the nature, and you are connecting to the nature through that openness, what happens is you really begin to love, enjoy, connect, appreciate the qualities, the relationship with the nature. So you see what the nature has to offer. You see the touch of that nature, you feel the smells, you feel the beauty, you feel everything what the nature has to offer. And many times, people who work with the nature, they clearly they enjoy that, the relationship with the nature, because of that, the openness that they have with the nature and the benefit that they find through the nature. But on the other hand, like people sometimes will live in the a very concrete world, like very disconnected with the nature, away from the nature. You can walk hours, but you're walking on a solid, like stones or something like that, and you look around at all the buildings, constructions. So somehow the connection to the nature is not there. So when that openness is not there, there's not a willingness to connect is not there, there is some sense of healing from the nature. It feels like a very much absence, like many people who live in the big cities, they really truly lack that. So what I'm saying here is the openness to the nature and nourishment from the nature to the person. So that's for one example. The second example is if you think about the openness in your professional things. We talked yesterday a little bit. So whatever you're doing, either you are looking for a job, or either you are trying to do a job better, or you're trying to work with the people who you're working with, trying to find a way to resolve conflicts, trying to connect more, find more common ground solutions to move forward for the development of the organization or the business, whatever. The key point there is always seems like the openness. Openness is the key. That space, what is talking in the third now, that space and that openness is the key. We talked yesterday a little bit about it. For example, whatever you're doing this moment in your life as a profession, for example, you're doing what you're doing because that's how you are open to what you're doing. So, for example, if you are the scale of work that you're doing, even the earnings that you have with your work, positions that you have with the work, they all are some sense of created with your own the ability. That ability has so much to do with what you feel who you are and how you think through that feeling who you are. It has something to do with that. It's not like a group of organizers sitting in a deep somewhere saying this person only deserves this, and that's all this person can do. It's not like that, right? It's really very much changeable. It's very much changeable. People who, there are a lot of things like Mother Teresa, for example, or there are many people like that somehow. I saw one banker, for example, who went in a career. He went all the way up to the top, and then drop everything out. So the ability to drop everything out is a big shift in a sense of identity. Or ability to go all the way to the top is also a sense of shift of identity. That is the only way that person went all the way to the top as a banker position. And once he went all the way up there, and then also fantastic thing, he dropped everything also, which is, again, it's not an ability that everybody can do. It's not possible everybody can get up to the top also. So these all ability to shift from one position to the another position, from the position to the no position, or for pervasive position, its ability to do that, it just comes from that sense of space. So what I'm saying here is that in each position, that professionally speaking, there is a lot of space to grow. Then what do you think? Does that make sense? I'm not saying this is the advice of business growth here. It's more about a sense of ability to shift the identity. It's not about the business. It's not about the business at all. It's about the fear that you have toward your business. It's about that. It's not about just growing the business. So if you look the sense of that openness, it changes the whole game, basically. So you see, every time when you feel a contraction, you feel blocked, you feel not moving, you feel lack of communication, when you don't feel it's changing anything, you have to draw attention inside saying, what is it? And always it comes down to lack of space. So I think that's what it is about. So you see, if you look at around the world, people who find a solution, why they find a solution? They are open to the solution. If you look at around, if you see people looking for a job, they find a job, and there are other groups of people, they don't find a job. Why it happened like that? Because they are open to it. If you see people who are in a most difficult position in situations in their life, and some people are not finding any solution, they get stuck rest of their life in there. Others, they are finding the solution. Why? Because they are open to it. The openness is the key to finding anything.